As someone who has struggled with depression in the past, I had to share this comment section. I treated myself like I was physically sick, ate food and hydrated regularly. That turned into me treating myself like a plant: water, sun, food. Radically started getting in shape and overdressing. Life is better when you're hot. It does feel good to put the effort in. I went to the nursing home and visited the one person who hasn't been visited the longest. It was 7 years for her. She changed my life, and I thank every day for that decision. Humanity is there. I started forcing myself to bed rot outside, took a blanket and pillow out there and sat out in my yard for like 8 hours. It helped. Pictured how I'd look unalived and got embarrassed. When I was at my worst, I got a zoo pass. I would go without my son on my worst days and count how many adults weren't wearing shoes. It was never zero. I don't know how, but it got me out of a dark hole. I started making everything a fantasy. Dishes were done in low light because I was closing the bar. Showering is being a mermaid. Read a book outside because you live in the secret garden. Everything's better with a little whimsy. Got into clean talk. Got dopamine for completing tasks and made me feel like I had stuff together when my home was clean. I firmly believe the way you live is the way you function. Pretend my viewers would not want to watch me like this. Start getting up like, okay, time to give the people what they want. Think The Office vibes. I named my depression Barbara and talk about her like she's a real person I have confrontations with. Stoicism. It will end one day, so just enjoy life. I decided everyone was in love with me. Replaced anxiety with rage. Read somewhere that the root of anxiety is unexpressed rage, so I just started raging instead of hiding it. It worked. I'm no longer depressed or anxious, just unhinged. Hear me out. I decided I wanted to die. But first, I made a list of crazy shit I'd do if I wasn't scared of dying. Then I did it all. Now I love living. Depression cured. That's powerful. I gentle parented myself like I do my cat. Okay, baby, we gotta do laundry and then we get big kid snacks. Surprisingly effective. I started doing anything humanly possible outside. Brush my teeth? Outside. Scroll on Twitter? Outside. I pretended I was a Tamagotchi so I would do the basic necessities for staying alive. Once I drove 6 hours to ride some roller coasters. You gotta do what you gotta do. Forced myself to attend theater classes because if I'm this dramatic and sad, might as well make a good use out of it. Saw a TikTok where this woman said if it's worth doing poorly. It's better to do a bad job than no job at all. Fundamentally changed me. I thought about my ex coming to my funeral and saying she always loved me, and I'd be damned if I allowed that narcissist to do that. Genuinely, divorce. Most impactful change on my mental health I've ever achieved. I didn't want to be yet another person who neglected me. Fixed my brain. I treat me very well. Got my hormones checked. Turns out it was a lack of testosterone. Went on testosterone and within days I was a new woman. I'd been depressed for years. I treat myself like a hurt 6-year-old. I took good care of her. Pictured little me so I'd be forced to take care of myself. Drove to a secluded area, rolled up my windows and screamed. At first I sounded pathetic. After 20 minutes I was screaming like I was trying to awaken my ancestors. It was so incredibly cathartic. Rage exercises are actually very good for you. Started watching Shameless because no matter how bad my day was, their day was worse, so it made me feel better. This post also seems to be an epic depression hack. Each of us seeing we're not alone. Community over isolation, even when our brain lies to us and says otherwise. I see and love everyone in the comments. I look at myself in the mirror and say, this is exactly what the haters would want, and that usually helps me move on pretty quick. Blood work. Vitamin D was like 1. The supplement made all the difference in the world. I force myself to dance for my cat hourly. When my husband is in a funk, he sets off joy alarms to remind himself to go dance or jump on the trampoline or play. It works wonders for him. Get medicated. I know there's a lot of stigma around it, but sometimes you just need medicine to help you feel better, and that's okay. I watch Hoarders and get so disgusted that I have no choice but to get up out of bed and straighten up. Started talking about myself as if I had a god complex. Basically gaslit myself into thinking I'm the best. Mitch McConnell isn't going to outlive me. I'm living out of pure spite. I pretend that I was in a coma and just woke up and got released from the hospital, and I don't remember what happened before. So now all my decisions start from a clear slate. Force yourself to go to coffee shops and read. You're surrounded by others. You see life continuing. You are safe in a little haven of caffeine and good vibes. I silently cut off anyone who wasn't contributing to my happiness. Learning that there's no neutral thoughts. Thoughts are either helping you or harming you. And I asked myself this constantly like my life depended on it. Eventually, I learned to choose better thoughts. I've been reparenting my inner child and playing with toys, watching old movies, doing things I liked as a little person before all the hurting took over. Lean in and feel, move the energy. regularly. I cut my bangs at 2 a.m., wrote a letter to my 8-year-old self, then cried into a quesadilla. Healing is not linear. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you're suffering from depression, there is no shame in getting help and no shame in getting on medication. Lean on your support system. That's what they're there for.